Science Process Skill Form 3. Chapter 2. There are 2 experiments in this chapter. The first experiment is about the respiration. Aim: to investigate the effects of smoking on the lungs. Problem statement: what is the effect of smoking on the lungs? Hypothesis: cigarette smoke contains tobacco tar that blackens the lungs, acidic gases that corrode the lung tissues, and produces heat that increases the lungs' temperature. Apparatus: U-shaped tube, filter pump, conical flask, rubber stopper, glass tube, rubber tube. Thermometer, matches, cigarettes, white cotton wool and universal indicator solution. Procedure: set up the apparatus as shown in the diagram above. Light up the cigarette and turn on the filter pump to suck the cigarette smoke, so that it goes through the cotton wool and the universal indicator solution. Record the observations in a table. Observation: the temperature at the beginning of the experiment is 30 degrees Celsius. The temperature at the end of the experiment is also 30 degrees Celsius. The inference is cigarette smoke contains heat. The white cotton wool is still white at the beginning of the experiment, but the white cotton wool turned brownish at the end of the experiment. The inference is cigarette smoke contains substances that blackens the lung tissues. The color of universal indicator solution at the beginning of experiment is green, and at the end of experiment is yellow. The inference is cigarette smoke is acidic. Discussion: what is the part of the human respiratory system that is represented by the cotton wool? The lung tissues. Name the substances in the cigarette smoke that change the color of these materials. Cotton wool, tobacco tar, universal indicator, carbon monoxide gas. Name the substances in the cigarette smoke that cause the following effects to the body. Addiction to smoking. Nicotine causes cancer, carcinogen. Tar reduces the level of oxygen in blood. Carbon monoxide gas. Based on the results of the experiment, state 3 negative effects of cigarette smoke to lungs. Contains tar that sticks and blackens the lung tissues, causing inefficient gas exchange. Contains sulfur dioxide that can corrode the lung tissues. Releases heat that dries up the lungs. Conclusion: the hypothesis is accepted. Smoking endangers our health because cigarette smoke contains heat that raises the lungs' temperature. Contains tar that blackens the lung tissues and can cause cancer. Cigarette smoke also contains acidic gases that can corrode the lung tissues. This is the second experiment in Chapter 2 about the composition of oxygen. Aim: to study the difference in percentage composition of oxygen in inhaled and exhaled air. Problem statement: what is the comparison between the percentage composition of oxygen in inhaled and exhaled air? Hypothesis: the percentage composition of oxygen in inhaled air is higher than the percentage composition of oxygen in exhaled air. Variables. Manipulated. Type of air in the gas jar. B. Responding. Final water level in the gas jar. C. Constant. Temperature and air pressure. Materials. Candle, plasticine, matches, permanent marker pen, water, inhaled air and exhaled air. Apparatus. Glass basin, gas jar lid and gas jar stand. Procedure: set up the apparatus as shown in diagram A and B. Light up the candle and invert the gas jar containing air over of the candle as shown in diagram C. Observe and record the change in water level in the uniformly divided units marked on the gas jar. After the candle is extinguished, estimate the percentage of oxygen in the air in the gas jar. Then, set up the apparatus as shown in diagram D to collect the exhaled air. Repeat steps 2 and 3. Observation: type of air in the gas jar. For inhaled air, the water level in the gas jar is 2. Percentage of oxygen in the air is 20%. For exhaled air, the water level in the gas jar is 1.5. Percentage of oxygen in the air is 15%. Discussion: in which gas jar is the increase of water level higher? Why? The gas jar containing inhaled air as the oxygen content is higher than the exhaled air. Conclusion: hypothesis is accepted. Inhaled air contains a higher percentage composition of oxygen. Concentration in carbon dioxide and oxygen. Aim: to study the difference in the concentration of carbon dioxide in inhaled and exhaled air. Problem statement: what is the comparison between the concentration of carbon dioxide in inhaled and exhaled air? Hypothesis: the concentration of carbon dioxide in exhaled air is higher than the concentration of carbon dioxide in inhaled air. Variables. Manipulated. Type of air passed through the lime water. Responding. Condition of lime water. Constant. Concentration of lime water. Materials. Lime water, inhaled air and exhaled air. Apparatus. Conical flask, connecting tube, rubber tube, glass tube and rubber stopper. Procedure. Set up the apparatus as shown in the diagram below. Close clip A, inhale the air and hold your breath. Then, close clip B and open clip A. After that, exhale the air. Observe and record whether the lime water in the conical flask through which inhaled and exhaled air is passed, is clear or has turned cloudy. Observation. Type of air passed through lime water. Inhaled air. Condition of lime water. Remains clear. Exhaled air. Condition of lime water. Turns cloudy. Discussion. What is the function of lime water? To detect the presence of carbon dioxide gas. In which conical flask does the lime water turns cloudy? Why? The conical flask containing exhaled air as the carbon dioxide content is higher. Conclusion. The hypothesis is accepted. Exhaled air contains a higher concentration of carbon dioxide. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel.